My name is Prashant Kumar Tripathi. We are in SOL, Student Online Laboratory for Virtual Experimentation, is to make science and engineering more experiential. In today's interaction, we will go through a simple concepts of mechanical vibration and instrumentation, and the experimental setup which can be controlled remotely through the net, and the video of the experiment can also be seen. In today's experiment, I am going to explain you a setup which is sub 5 experiments. And our setup is like, now I am going to explain you what the NI instrument we have used for our experimental setup. We have used Compact Rio 9012, that is configurable input output module. We have C series NI modules, one is 9505 for motor module. We have 9477 as a relay module, and we have 9215 as a analog input module. These in turn are connected to a relay, and which will control the solenoid valve and pumps. Now I am going to explain you the experiments which we can conduct by same setup in sub parts. First we will go to a single degree of freedom system. In our experimental setup, we have a primary system and a motor with unbalanced rotary mass, that is, we have to use equation F equal to me omega square for finding out the excitation force we are giving to a primary system. We can change the damping of the system by pumping water using a submersible pump into a tank, so the damping of the system can be changed, and we can find out the natural frequency at different damping of the system. The second experiment setup is 2 degree of freedom system, in which a primary system and a secondary system is used. We will excite the primary system with a base excitation frequency, and the secondary system will find out the displacement transferability. If the natural frequency of the primary system matches with the natural frequency of the secondary system, there will be a maximum displacement transferability. The third experiment setup is to use of submersible pump and a solenoid valve to control the water flow in the tank. If the water flow reaches to its maximum height, the solenoid valve automatically switches on and water flow again comes to a required level. And if the water flow goes to a minimum level, automatically pumps switches on and water is flow from the tank to the top tank. And the last experiment is PWM control, in which we can control the pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation is an essential means of transmitting information in series of pulse. The information to be transmitted is encoded on the width of the pulse, and in that form it is transmitted. For PWM control, we have a motor here at the bottom of the system with unbalanced rotary mass, and NI9505 module will supply power from an external source to NI9505 module, and we can run the motor at different duty cycles. We are using external sensors for picking up the data, displacement data from the system is laser pickup LG10. This sensor measures the displacement in terms of, we have a here reflected transmitted beam of laser or modulated reflected beam of laser and modulated transmitted beam of laser, where we find the phase difference to find the displacement. We have 5-channel displacement indicator which pick up the data from the laser pickup and which is connected to NI9215 module for giving the analog input. Now we will go to the graphical user interface, which we have made using field programmable gate array. Is a silicon chip reconfigurable gates and a reconfigurable lines, which is interfaced to a lab view using FPGA programming. So this is our front view, where we are seeing the front panel. In the front panel, we can adjust the lasers value to 0 before starting the experiment. We have to make bottom tank and the top tank empty before starting the experiment, because it will not take the default value. So that we can do by switching on the bottom valve before starting the experiment and switching on the top valve before starting the experiment. The third thing is motor control. In the motor control, we can set the duty cycle of the PWM. There is 3 enable lights, or you can say Boolean operation light, in which if it's driver fault, it will become green. If temperature fault, it will become green. And if its proper supply is given to a motor, its voltage supply is present. In the next VI is a graphical user interface in which user can visualize the things. We have a top tank, a bottom tank, and we can control the speed of the motor in RPM using a slider. Here we are representing the 2 graphs, one for the bottom tank time domain data and one for the top tank time domain data. We can also see the FFT, fast Fourier transform, to find the natural frequency of the system. Now we will see the demo of the experiment. I am going to change the tank level before starting an experiment. We have to deploy the experiment into the FPGA. So that we will do by pressing the run button. The deployment is in progress. It will take only few minutes to complete the deployment process. Yeah, now our experiment is ready to conduct. As I have given the top required value 20, automatically the top tank is filled by up to a 20 level. So now I will set a top tank required value to 0. So the solenoid valve of top tank opens. Now if I want to change the damping of the bottom tank, I have to just mention the number and the bottom pump pumps water into the bottom tank. In this way I can vary the damping of the bottom tank. To give the vibration or base excitation to the system, I will change the RPM of the motor. You can see the time domain data. And we can see the natural frequency of the system in the FFT graph. It's around 10. Now I will reduce the RPM of the motor. This way we can conduct the different experiment in one setup, and we can connect these experiments to remote internet for online conduction of the experiment. I would like to thank Dr. K.V. Gangadharan sir, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. I would like to thank Dr. Sandeep Sanchit, Director, NIT Surat. Thank you very much.